Formula One. 20 of the world's best drivers in the fastest cars ever to put rubber to tarmac, doing battle over 24 brutal and exhilarating races spread across 5 continents.
I switched to time zone, but what do I know? Spending nights hitchhiking, where will I go? I could fly home with my eyes closed, but it get kinda hard to see, there's no surprise though. And you can find me, I ain't hiding, I don't move my feet when I be gliding. I just slide in, and then I roll up. Yeah, well, climbing over that wall. I remember, yes I remember, yes I remember it all. Swear the hype you too tall, so like September I fall down below. Now I know that the medicine be on call, yeah. Was feeling like you hot enough to melt, yeah. Can't trust no one, can't even trust yourself, yeah. And I love you, I don't love nobody else, yeah. Tell them they can take that bullshit elsewhere. Self-care, I'm treating me right, yeah. Hell yeah, we gonna be alright. Gonna be alright. I switched to time zone, but what do I know? Spending nights hitchhiking, where will I go? I could fly home with my eyes closed, but it get kinda hard to see, there's no surprise though. And you can find me, I ain't hiding, I don't move my feet when I be gliding. I just slide in, and then I roll up. Yeah, I be reading them signs. I be losing my mind. Yeah, get the fuck out the way. Must be this how to play. It must be nice up above the lights, and what a lovely life that I made. Yeah, I know that feeling like it's in my family tree. Yeah, that Mercedes drove me crazy, I was speeding. Somebody save me from myself. Yeah.
DRS wide open, gaining on the Ferrari, switches early Verstappen, late braking, Leclerc this time might just have to give way as he goes off the track. When he comes back on, Max Verstappen has raptures. He leads the Austrian Grand Prix. Yes, let's go! Yes!
Hey, what's up? Every nobody plus parquet. We're gonna finish up the Nations Cup, the second exhibition. Oh Lord, I almost didn't say that word correctly, now did I? The exhibition number 2 on the 2025 Nations Cup. We got round 3 was the go-kart race, no strategy, no pit, no nothing. Then we have the round 4, which was the Formula 1 race at Suzuka, with medium tires and soft tires, with obviously a pit phase. Mandatory tires is going to make you pit no matter what. Now, with that said, I'm going to jam both of these races together into one video for you, so we can move on to the Manufacturers' Cup races here this week. This was from last week, first week of March 2025. I don't know, man. I'm ready for the F1 weekend. I'm more excited about that than this Manufacturers' Cup, to be honest. But the F1 race, both these races were good races. They were solid, but there was a lot of action that didn't happen in the middle, if you catch my drift. But either way, some good stuff. Let's check it out. You ready? All right. I'm tired. You tired? I had a rough weekend. Parquet, I couldn't come see your stream. Bad stuff happened. All right. Let's talk about it. So we got 164 points if you win the race. I really, unfortunately, got, like always, if you're new to the channel, I don't practice. I don't put a ton of laps in. I don't test the tires. I don't test the strategy. I jump into these World Series races and we just do it and we see what we can get done. I learn as I go, and that's all there is to it.
You're retarded.
This was my best qualifying in GT1. Anyone that's new, again, exploding inputs on the radar and the brake and acceleration inputs as best as I can in the moments that matter. Probably not too much on the go-kart because none of that shit matters, and probably not too much on F1 because the cars are so damn fast. Regardless, and we don't drive them that often. Regardless, this is only my second time in GT1 League ever, so competition's up and I'm trying my best. So I qualified P12 both the previous rounds, taking 6 positions in the first race and 5 positions in the second race. And guess who didn't know that the go-karts can have a false start like that? I didn't know. I had no idea what was going on. Someone help me. So after 2 P12 starts in a row, I finally qualified much better. And as I cross the line after the grid start, I'm P12 as we go over the line to start anyway because of the go-kart start. I had no idea that could happen. Great. Let's go. So the recovery is already on. I bashed this guy up, so I backed off a little bit. I didn't want to take his position. Then on the exit, he bashes me out wide. We're all good. We're in the positions we're supposed to be. P10, it's time to calm down. Now I'm going to take this final turn, this final long turn. It's not the final turn, but oh my god, I'm stupid. Regardless, I take that turn wrong each time, but somehow it seems like I'm not taking it that wrong because I tend to gain a lot of people on that, but I wasn't taking it the way the top times were, that's for sure. Yeah, the top times in the world were upshifting to, I believe, 6th, and then accelerating halfway through the turn and downshifting and going half brake slightly just to get it to rotate and pull in. I was doing it wrong. I clearly watched the replay incorrectly. Either way, finally done with lap 1. It's hard to take these races seriously, just being totally honest. It really is. This was like my round that I did not give a shit about. If I did terribly, oh well. But then I qualified the best that I have in GT1 this entire time. And then the stall issue happened, and that was just frustrating. But trying to fight back through lap 2, the ghosting system was working really, really well. If I would have known that it was going to work that well, I would have maybe been a little bit more aggressive. But you never know when the ghost is going to work and when it's not going to work. So I'm just trying to stay calm here. You know, with both of these races offering 160 to 170 points for the win, it typically anywhere in the top 5, I'm pretty good to stop. Anytime I get in the top 6, top 5, I'm like, well, that's good enough for me. You know, I could get lucky possibly and get in a race where, you know, maybe I could be the best driver, you know, in GT1 in that full A lobby, but, you know, hasn't happened too much yet. And I'm totally happy to naturally, organically work my way through the field. And with my new challenges, with this new level of rank that I'm at. But yeah, jump forward to lap 3. Following Rob through here, Rob and I had our pings did not, they just did not agree with each other. For whatever reason, he was just jumping all over the place. I didn't want to make the move through there, of course. It was just bad timing. I wish I would have been either a little ahead or a little behind at that point just to stick behind him. So at this point, I'm fine. Starting to settle down, P7. 10 laps, about 7 laps to go. I'm sorry. Ooh, can't talk. 9 laps to go. And it's just unfortunate that his car was bouncing and the ping was all over the place because we were having a great race with each other. I was switching back on him. Ghost is working. Ghost is not working. Ghost was working. Now I bump him. It's tough to know when the Ghost is going to work. So I couldn't trust it. I didn't want to throw it down the inside. These things are so fast twitch. It's hard to really know if you're going to make the move, if the person's just going to swing right back out. It just wasn't worth it. These karts are so spinny. It was worth. Traction control was on, I believe, 1 or 2. I believe it was on number 2 to make sure I did not have a spin like a lot of people were. The fastest guy in this lobby was Hockey is Free. He set the fastest lap, and he had multiple spins. Right here is my big mistake. I thought Rob was next to me. I don't know, just a lapse of judgment. I thought he was near me. I went crazy narrow, hit that gravel, and there was nothing I just had to save the kart as best as I could. I lost so much time here. This was when I was like, oh shit, this did not go. I was up in the P7, working towards P6, coming through without. Now I just reset my race back in P10 to start lap 5. That was very unfortunate. If I would have known I had room to widen for that turn, I would have done it. You know how the arrows are on the radar for the karts. The kart is tiny. Our arrows can be overlapping and we're not touching. And I was looking at the arrow thinking I did not have room, but I had 2 karts worth of room, but the arrow was so close, I thought I had to go that narrow. Unfortunately, I didn't. And now here we are slotting back in. Hockey is Free is running away with it out front. he ends up having a spin in these next couple laps and getting behind me. He has another spin. It's just, these things were so crazy. I don't know. I just, they're almost not worth doing, but I just thought, you know what, it's a kart race. It's World Series. It's Eiger Norwand. I'll give it a chance. Just give it a chance. I cannot believe I hit that gravel and spun, or it really didn't spin. It just, you know, I was going to spin. So we're on now. Let me stop complaining and whining like a little bitch. Here we go. A little bit around the outside. Do you see how close our arrows are, but we're not touching? You know, he gave me a little bump trap through there, which is totally fine. But that was the move on him up to P9. I have to make these moves and get by these guys. There's no way I can accept a finish this far down, especially after qualifying so well. It was just, I don't know. At this point in the race, I'm frustrated and being a little baby, I'm sure. Either way, just keep following it. All you can do is the best you can do and not give up. You never know when people are going to lose their minds. You know, we already have Hockey is Free has already had his first spin. I believe his second spin is coming soon here. Either way, a lot of people are having spins. So there was no reason to get that frustrated to stop racing and trying your best, because you know more people are going to spin. Here's another spinner. There we go. That's Hockey is Free. That was his second spin from the lead, and we're by him. We'll see him again. Don't worry. Either way, I just wanted to get through this race. I knew the F1 race was the final round. I already had 2 solid rounds in the first 2, a P6 and a P7 for solid points in the same point range. So I just wanted to have this banked just in case the F1 race in round 4 went terribly, and that race can go really, really bad and get a last place really easily. I fell back behind him after we went up to P8. I dropped back to P10 during that turn, just on that straightaway. But don't worry, I'm going to get it right back. At this point, I'm just like, you know, I cannot believe I'm falling back like this. These dudes are not faster than me. I know they're not. Just, I started to try to use the ghost of my advantage as best as I could. Even though I didn't want to make contact. I didn't want to spin anyone. I just wanted to make sure I'm done going backwards. We're only going forward from now on, and that's it. Guy was real close to us. Zero was chasing me this whole race pretty much. I think he was trying to go for the move there, but the way that I take this turn differently than everyone just caused me to be faster in the second part of the turn instead of the first part. So either way, was able to keep the position. We have another guy that wants to lose his mind and spin. Was that a double clip? Did I just have that clip in there 2 times in a row? Oh well, I'm not changing it. Oh well, who gives a shit? Don't be a baby. All right, P8, I have no idea whether there was a double clip in there. I rarely do that, but I don't care. Oh, well. Embarrassing. At this point in the race, I'm just trying to maximize as best as I can. No more mistakes, no more bullshit, no more doing dumb stuff, no more risk. Just worry about round 4 and what if that goes wrong. Just try to bank as many points as possible here. Don't go nuts. P8, starting lap 8. Only a couple of laps left. I hate races that are sprints with no strategy at all. It's just so boring. PD, get it together, especially for World Series. But myself and here, Forever, I believe that's Rob, if I remember correctly. Where's Old Man Racing, possibly? Yeah, it's Old Man Racing. I'm sorry. It's our pings that are insane. It wasn't Rob and I. It was Old Man Racing and myself. I just give you a quick example of the ping we had going on. After the race, he was like, oh, yeah, I jumped to lap 11 here because nothing's happening here. Nothing happened. This race is super boring, but we got to see it. He was all, after the race, he said, good race, man. Thanks for the clean race. And I'm like, our pings did not cooperate with each other at all. He was all over the place. I was so worried that we were both going to die that I did not want to go for the move on him at all. It wasn't, what if we both spin here to start lap 12? I was so worried, but he had a little moment there, and I was just like, you know what, I lifted and just went back behind him because I was so worried that he was going to wreck us both. And like I said, I'm just trying to bank at this point. No mistakes, don't go crazy. Last lap, Hockey is Free is right behind us. Hockey is so fast, he has the fastest lap in the race. He was leading the whole time. If he didn't spin twice on his own, he would have won this race hands down by 10-15 seconds in front of everyone else. But now he's right behind us. I did so great to get past Old Man. I was like, yes, I got him. P7. This is, yes, perfect. but I didn't realize Hockey was there, and he is so fast. I should have maximized everything instead of trying to defend. It was there's no point in defending the go-karts. I don't know what I was doing. It's just this is probably my first time ever racing these karts versus other people. It just unfortunate. But you see how this turn, Hockey takes it better than everyone in this lobby. And even at the second part of the turn, I was catching them because I was taking it differently than everyone. So it kind of like washed out, even though I was doing it wrong. Either way, guys, it was the best I can do. These karts are terrible. I just imagine, what if I didn't have the little gravel moment? What if I didn't have the stall at the grid start? What if that? Oh well, dog shit I am. Either way, get through it. Do we hear the intro music? Do I need another intro? Do we need another intro? I'm so sorry. You didn't hear it the first time. Here we go.
Damn, D-Green, you did this.
I didn't know. Yeah. Well, didn't know what I was missing. Now I see a little different. I was taking too much. Got stuck in oblivion, yeah. Oblivion, yeah. Oblivion, yeah. I got all the time in the world, so for now I'm just chilling. Plus I know it's a beautiful feeling. In oblivion, yeah. Oblivion, yeah. Oblivion, yeah. Yeah, okay, I ride around my city when I come home, yeah. Sunset quickly, then get up slow, yeah. I just connect and upload. Watch it spin around. We just spin it round, yeah. Let's go and travel through the unknown, yeah. We play it cool, we know we fucked up, yeah. You keep on saying you in love, so tell me, are you really down? Are you really down? Go back to my crib and play some 45s.
Drop on the driving corner, baby.
Alright, and anyone that didn't hear, it's the second time I've ever been in GT1. So with this competition ramping up, I was really happy in the kart race to snag a P7 in qualifying. I'm not sure if overtake was available during qualifying of this race, but I did not use it during qualifying and still got a P8 qualifying in this grid start. So I wasn't positive what the best way to go was. Traction control, I'm going to leave on 2, and then right at the last second, I decided to drop to 2nd. I don't know why. It was the right choice though, because of it felt good with the rest of the cars starting out. I was not on the soft tires, I was on the mediums. I figured let's start on mediums and see how long they go, expecting to be held up quite a bit at this start. Everyone was very reasonable through turn 1. Damage is still on light, it is not heavy. Dude straight up slammed on his brakes in front of me. There was nothing I could do about that. We had a bump. I got front aero damage. He has rear aero damage. We're good. We survived. We're coming through here, guys. Very fast-paced. He gets it wrong. Goes a little bit wide here. Almost everyone is on mediums. Right here, my cool tires catch me out.
What the fuck is this?
And I have no idea what happened behind me. I don't know what was that.
Fuck the kid?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what that was, but those cool tires had me go wide. I went half off the circuit. I lifted, and he got pinched between two of us. This guy almost murders me. Luckily, the ghost worked.
You gotta check your mirrors.
And here, dude, there was a concertina effect behind me. Run away! Run as fast as you can. Dude, all I know is a lot of people died behind us. Just so you know, there will be a bloopers reel at the end of this for the F1 race, so just stick around to the end and we'll check out all those things that just happened behind us. It was quite a thing that went on behind us. We'll check that out later. Anyway, we're off. Lap 1, I believe on P5 right now. The guy that caused the most mayhem, unfortunately, was Howie. Howie's such a nice guy. He says hi to me every race, but Howie, you punted like 2 people, and lap 1 just run. So P4, lap 1 is finishing right now. I'm P4 right now, even though there's nothing on the screen. I just first lap, there's no reason. You don't need all those stats all over the goddamn screen. But yeah, lap 1's coming to a close. We'll look at all the bloopers at the end. It's on P4 at the end of lap 1, and I need to run. I'm on the mediums. There's only 2 soft runners. The guy that is leading the race right now, you saw that pack behind me on the straight. there's two soft runners right now. The guy in the lead, and I believe there's another guy behind me on softs. Everyone else is on mediums. I knew that I'd get held up on lap 1 with all the slowness of everything, so I jumped on the mediums. That was, I think, was the best choice. And then later on, we'll see how the pit phase goes. But a bunch of stuff does not happen for a very long time. But I did as best I could to be as consistent as I could. If you keep an eye on the right-hand side of my lap times, as they begin to stack and we get later in this race, you'll see I was very consistent. I did as best I could. I'm not used to these cars. They're very fast twitch. I'm just trying to stick with Sneaky Fart. Sneaky Fart is my main competition for this race. There is a chance for the win here, but the guy in the lead is very fast. Either way, we jumped to lap 9. Like I said, nothing was going on, very lonely. The skill gap is very large when the grip and the arrow is turned up like this. Let me just be quiet for a second, and you enjoy the S section. There's something about this. I finally realized, oh my god guys, look at the overtake. I haven't even touched it yet. I didn't know it was even available because I was doing the time trial. The time trial doesn't have overtake, so I don't know why I didn't see it. I don't even know if it was available during qualifying, but if it was, it would have been nice to use it.
You're very retarded.
So we're almost halfway through the race, and I just discovered the overtake is available. And the guy in front of me, you know, he got a couple seconds on me, and I'm like, you know what? Let's use overtake and put some pressure on him and try to affect how he pits. I don't know if this guy had a plan. He sent a friend invite at the end, so maybe I can ask him and say, hey, what was your plan? Did me catching up to you right at the pit phase, did it affect what you did? Because I feel like he jumped into the pits when I started to threaten. We'll see here in a couple seconds. Either way, I'm really pushing the pace at this point. I'm thinking, you know what? It's the end of the life of the medium tires. I don't know what the pit phase is going to be like. I don't know exactly. This was my first attempt in the middle time slot. And I'm just like, you know what? Let me just push. Let me push as hard as I can here, and we'll see what the pit phase shakes out, and we'll go from there. My main goal was to get on this podium. That's what I wanted, the podium. Jump to the next lap, and I am in his guts. We are about a second away from him at this point, about to be in slipstream, and I'm like, let's push it. The soft runner, the lead of the race is in the pits on lap 10. He jumps into the pits on those softs. So I know the softs will go 10 laps. So I'm thinking, should I box? What should I do? Jump to the next lap. Overtake. I've been crushing the overtake button for these last 2 laps. And you see I got it done. I said a second ago. I meant 2 seconds. I'm sorry. But now it got the delta up on the screen there, and I am pushing so hard to try to affect him to see what I can make him do. P3 right now, that since the soft runner boxed, and he decides, Fart jumps into the box. I think he knew I was going to catch his slipstream on this lap, and I think it changed his race for him. I think that pressure forced him to jump off the mediums and go on the softs. So I carry on here, and I'm thinking, you know what? These mediums feel fine. I saw him go 10 laps on softs, but I don't know that I'm capable of doing that. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I don't know. We're not going to ever find out. Either way, I'm pushing through these S's. I don't care that the tires are worn. I got traction control on 2 just so I don't have any issues. It barely engages to begin with, so it's really not that big of a deal. I just wanted to push, and I didn't want to have to worry about spinning or any issues like that. I rarely use traction control, but this is one of those times. The kart race and this F1 race, I had traction control on 1 or 2 on either race, but still gassing that overtake because I'm just trying to have my outlet, my in laps be as good as possible, and whatever my overcut is going to be for Sneaky Fart. I went for the overcut on Sneaky Fart. Is 2, I believe it was a 2 or 3 lap overcut on Sneaky Fart, and we'll see if that comes in handy later or not. Pushing through Spoon. I should be in 4th gear here. I kept on taking this wrong. I figured it out during the time trial finally. And a couple of these turns, the hairpin, I should have been in 3rd pulling out. But you know what? It is what it is. At this point, Power Junkie, he is on the mediums. Power Junkie did start on mediums. So he's going to be coming into the box here at the end of lap 12. There it is. Bing, bing, bing. So somebody is getting ready to take the lead of this race. I could have came in the box at this point and said, you know what, good enough. You know what, I wanted those fresh softs all the way to the end. So I stayed out one more time, took the lead of the race on lap 13, and we're on. Well, where can I get? I know this is my in lap. I need to push as hard as I can. We move to the end of the in lap. And it's time. The mediums are smoked. I could have probably went longer. It's all good. But let's try to get as much as we can out of these soft tires. The Power Junkie now on the soft tires is about 4 or 5 seconds behind us when I jump in the pits. Obviously, he's going to have himself a good 10 to 15 second lead whenever I come out of the pit phase here. But either way, we need to see where we come out on Sneaky Fart. If Sneaky Fart is going to sneak by me, or whether I did enough. I figured with him being on the soft tires now, he was going to be putting in some very, very solid laps at the beginning. And he did. There was still one more person in front of us that has not pit yet. I checked behind me. There was nothing on the straight. I could see on the map on the top right-hand corner no one was coming, but I just still looked anyway to be sure. So this is the outlap on the softs. We come to the end of the outlap. The one guy in front in the top 5 that has not pit yet, it comes into the pits right there, Norwar, whatever his name is. And we'll see here that we have, it's about 4.5 to 5 seconds behind Sneaky Fart at this point. A little less than 5 seconds to him. I'm on soft tires, about 3 laps newer than his soft tires at this point. We come through to start lap 18, and I'm almost out of overtake, but I am pushing as hard as I can. And I just know that if I get close to him again, these last couple of laps, these tires are going to wear out for him. They have to. So we have 3 laps to go, about 3 seconds to Sneaky Fart. My main goal, if I can't get the win, if P1 and P2 don't fight with each other, at least I need to get this podium. I know his tires are 2 to 3 laps older than mine, and I know they have to be hurting at this point. I wasn't sure how bad they were going to be hurting. I just knew, just push, dude. Don't even look at that delta time. Don't even care. Just keep pushing until you can smell that exhaust, that sweet, sweet race fuel. Give it to me. There he is. Get back here. Come back here right now, Sneaky Fart. Hairpin. It just is what it is. I needed to be in 3rd coming out of here, but it was working for me. I just stayed in 2nd. It is what it is. I think 3rd was a little bit quicker in the overall scheme of things, but 2nd was what it was. Either way, we're coming through here. The showdown is about to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about to happen. I'm very close to his slipstream at this point. I'm very, very close. But I didn't want to use the overtake. I didn't want to use it all just in case I needed a little bit of squirt to get by him. I knew his tires were going to really be starting to affect him quite a bit, especially on this last lap or 2. I'm not sure how badly worn they are. I was 1,000% positive he was on softs and they were in bad shape. How bad a shape? You're going to see in just a second whenever we switch to his car, and you'll be able to see it. But either way, penultimate lap begins. Next to last lap, 2 laps to go. We got him down. He is starting to feel the pressure. At this point, I wasn't sure whether I was going to get by him through the S or if I was just going to wait till after Spoon Curve and get him at 130R. Coming through here, exploded the inputs for you to see how touch and go this was. His tires are absolutely smoked, guys. He's going wide here. I try to sneak around the outside. He pinches me out. He didn't mean to. It's all good. I just need to be patient at this point. Do not push my way past him. So I'm lifting. Degnas, just take him calm. Don't rear end him. You're going to get him. There's no way he can survive another lap and a half with you behind him. It's not possible. So I'm trying to be as patient as I can here. I think he did not defend here, and I think he opened up in case I wanted to dive down the inside. I just did not trust it. I wasn't sure how it was going to go. Either way, we're coming through here. After the hairpin, we're approaching Spoon Curve. As soon as we get on the brakes here, he goes wide. As soon as I see him go wide, I stuff the throttle here. I normally am not on the throttle this deep, but I needed to get alongside him.
Watch your jet.
Slam on the brakes.
Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet.
Going wide. He tags me from behind. He came back on the circuit. I couldn't see what happened, but he tagged me from behind. It's all good. I made it through. He's behind me. We'll take another look at that. He goes wide, and I squirted the throttle to get by him. I knew I had to get alongside him. I knew I was going to go deep. I'm going deep right now, slamming on the brakes, but I was able to get by him enough where he did not wreck me. I didn't wreck him. I squeaked by, and at this point, I'm in my head. I'm like, do not even look in the rearview mirror. Don't even look back. He's done. Those tires have to be smoked. There's no way his tires are going to last. Yeah, I don't think I showed his tires, guys. His tires were smoked. He had they were in really, really bad shape. They were much worse than my tires at this point. I mean, there was his left front had a sliver of white left on it. There was nothing left. His tires were smoked. And I'll give you an example of how smoked his tires are. Final lap, guys. P1 and P2 are not going to fight. P1 just drove away, and you're going to see right here, I had no issue with dumping him. As soon as we got onto the S, I was like a machine, dude. Look at my lap times on the right-hand side. Except for that last lap where I had to get by him, my lap times are extremely consistent. I just did as best I could with this race, man. I really put in some solid laps here. And you can see he is just fading away in the background. You can't even see him as I'm coming around this corner to start the Degnas. And it just... the Degners were just done, dude. As soon as I got through here, I couldn't even see him anymore, dude. It's over. Podium, as long as I don't make a mistake here, tires are still in really good shape. Just give you an input, just because I didn't do too many inputs on this race, because they're just, dude, the car's so fast. There's nothing to really check out, except for where it was important, and it really wasn't, to be honest. So sorry. Normally you get more radar and more input, you know, looks at that stuff a little bit more often in my edits, but you know, it's just not necessary, and it just would add a bunch of time to my editing time. Again, I wish I was in fourth right there. Would have been much better, but either way, as you can see here, I put about 5 seconds in one lap later. I'm 5 seconds in front of Sneaky Fart. Like I said, I know I really pushed right there through Spoon Curve, and it probably caught him out. He apologized after the race, and just, you know, it is what it is. I was really hoping to see P1 and P2 come together, but there was just, they had a couple seconds between the two of them, unfortunately. So, yeah, that skill gap just kind of stretches out.
Get in now, Lewis.
Either way, that's a fun race. I really enjoyed that race. If I did not get away, so much luck was in place for me. I don't think I would have been able to get away with that if I did not keep myself clean in that first lap. I would have been back there fighting with all those guys back there, and clearly I had a much better pace than the midfield and the people at the back of the pack, or they would have caught me. That's a pretty long race, and I just wasn't making mistakes. If you looked at my lap times there, you could see I was not making mistakes. I'm sure it wasn't perfect. Obviously, I'm not the fastest guy in the world, but I was not making mistakes. But as the rest of the people come in, as you can see, yeah, there was 7 seconds between P1 and P2. It was just, he went on those softs for 10 laps. P2 went on softs for 10 laps, and then he went on the mediums for 10 laps. And would I go 13 on mediums? It was just a better choice. But either way here, celebrations, guys. It was fantastic. GT1 League, I just finished it. This was my second time ever in GT1. And it just, we'll show you my results at the end here to give you what my rank was. But either way, it was just, it was a good time, man. I want to tell these guys good race real quick. And he immediately apologized for the contact. I believe the contact after the S, I'm sure he realized that was on him and didn't realize I was going around the outside of him. But made some contact there and almost pushed me wide. He apologized for that. I just told him, dude, I knew his tires were dead. I didn't know that they were as dead as they were, but you know, watching the replay back, those tires were in really bad shape. But, you know, either way, good race with that guy. He immediately sent me a friend request after I said, oh, I know, it's okay. Don't worry about the tires, dude. About the contact, I wasn't worried. I was going to be patient. I was going to just pass him at 130R. I thought that was probably the best choice, was 130R, and just get by him right there. I saved a little bit of overtake just in case, but I ended up not needing it. In the end, just like I'm telling him here, I just didn't want either one of us to die. I just didn't want us to die. We worked so hard to get to the end there and drive so consistently. But, you know, let's take a look at them bloopers, man. Either way, solid points for me to finish out. Let's just take a look at how retarded everyone is. How retarded are we? Let's check it out. So, SM Super is a guy named Howie. His other name is Howie. He's a really nice guy. Yeah, but it happens to all of us. So Howie had a couple moments here. Guy in the orange up front went totally sideways. Howie slammed on his brakes. I rear-ended him. Either way, he's coming through here. Unfortunately, he's a little bit close. This guy hits his brakes. You don't need to brake through there, so I'm not sure why he braked, but I think he was afraid of hitting the cars in front. I really can't blame Howie for continuing on. You really shouldn't be hitting the brakes right there. I'm lifting, if anything, the car will slow down. Either way, I'm sure that's probably why he continued. He's normally a pretty fair racer. Either way, green guy got crazy loose. And as you can see here, these guys are chasing me. You're going to see the moment of all moments behind me. I have no idea why this happened like this, but what in the hell? What? Like, I've never seen something like that where he just straight up vaporized behind us. What the hell was that? I think he got pinched. I think he hit me and slowed him down, and the car behind him, the front wing, just twisted him sideways, dude. It was bonkers. But I had to run, dude. Orange guy came back on the circuit. Nice rejoin. Luckily, this green rejoin was horrific. He almost murdered me. Luckily, the ghosting system worked. And as you can see here, everyone's coming through and almost absolutely murders me. We got an ole moment there, and they're still coming through here. Everyone's bashing each other up. You know, what else can you say? This is where it kicks off. Look at all this nonsense. All the concertina effect. Just everyone bashing into each other, trying to slow down. Everyone going wide. It is what it is. These poor guys here, they come through here and have a 3 wide moment. You know, I get it. It's lap 1 stuff, guys. 3 wide. One gets ushered into the dirt, and it's just mayhem. And now you can see why I was so hell-bent on getting the hell out of there. And this is the guy that was on the inside of the 3 wide. I mean, I give him credit. I would have immediately lifted right there knowing that I'm going to get shoved out. You know, he had the inside that was about to turn to the inside, but right there on the kink, you're on the outside, dude, and you got shoved out. This must be a controller player because of the way the front end moves. Just watch this. This is crazy. What the, like, what? What is he doing? And let's see the full car. It's like, this is how I know it's a controller player. Whenever the front end moves like this, it's just unnatural. And I don't think it's the ping. I don't think it's an internet issue. That's a controller player. That's someone who moves the front end with crazy stab, you know, movements. It's just, I don't know. Unfortunate. This was me chasing him on lap 19 as I'm getting ready to make the move to get on the podium here during the race. That was when he pinched me out towards the outside, and this was me just being as patient as I possibly could. I lifted multiple times. I did not want him to wreck. I didn't want me to wreck. I wanted him to, you know, he deserved P4. But, you know, I need to make the move. I need to just be patient here and just keep pushing. I think he left the inside open here for me to make a dive if I wanted to, but I feel like I was a little bit too far back and I would end up going wide if I went for it. So again, the slipstream is so strong with these vehicles because of the aerodynamics, and I just figured, you know, even with the little tiny squirt of overtake I have left, I would just use it on the straight approaching 130R and get in front. Then I saw him go wide here, and I had to go for it, dude. I just kept on the throttle so I can get alongside him and get in front. That way, the damage wasn't too bad. This was his view of it. You know, I don't blame him at all for coming back on the circuit like this. In another world, I would have already been by him and already on the throttle and through there, but I was just a little too far back. But yeah, either way, it was still solid shit, man. Good race with that guy. We're friends now. He can see my times. Overall, it was just good. Now, let's check out my rank and see how we finished here. So for my second time ever in GT1, my first time ever in GT1 doing all 4 rounds competently, number 1 in my county, number 4 in Pennsylvania, 113th best driver in the United States, and 142nd best driver in all of North America. And that's in GT1, so that's the highest league you can have. If you remember, in GT2, I was number 1 in my county, number 1 in my state. I was number 1 in the manufacturer, for McLaren, and I was, I think, 42nd in the region in GT2 as a B driver, and now as an A driver, my first ever time in GT1 doing all 4 rounds. You know, top 125 driver in the region in GT1. I mean, I'll take it. I'm still a low-level GT1. Those points are not, you know, the other drivers that you watch, those big-time YouTubers, the points for a win are closer to 300. Mine are around 160 to 180 right now, and I just got to keep improving my rank, and the points will keep continuing to go up, but I have to be able to keep the pace. I don't know. I talked to, you know, a big YouTuber. Well, he's really on all the other channels more than anything, but Got Max Power, he comments every once in a while. We talk back and forth to each other. He's a nice guy. He's a controller player, man. He's very fast. And he said that if I'm just starting GT1 and I'm already midfielding, I'm doing well. I don't know. I don't have anything to compare it to, so that's, I don't know. If you're in GT1 and you can tell me whether I'm dog shit or if I'm doing good or if I'm improving or what, I don't really care. I'm just going to keep having fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll hit you with a little outro here. The video got very, very long, but either way, I hope you enjoyed it, man. I really did. It's on to GT1 and Manufacturers Cup, man. We are on it. The first round's already over. I had a great race. I'm going to edit it now for you guys. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Do the things. Press those buttons.
I switched to time zone, but what do I know? Spending nights hitchhiking, where will I go? I could fly home with my eyes closed, but it get kinda hard to see, there's no surprise though. And you can find me, I ain't hiding. I don't move my feet when I be gliding. I just slide in, and then I roll up. Yeah, well, climbing over that wall. I remember, yes, I remember, yes, I remember it all. Swear the hype be too tall, so like September I fall down below. Now I know that the medicine be on call, yeah. When it's feeling like you hot enough to melt, yeah. Can't trust no one, can't even trust yourself, yeah. And I love you, I don't love nobody else, yeah. Tell them they can take that bullshit elsewhere. Self-care, I'm treating me right, yeah. Hell yeah, we gonna be alright. Gonna be alright. I switched to time zone, but what do I know? Spending nights hitchhiking, where will I go? I could fly home with my eyes closed, but it get kinda hard to see, there's no surprise though. And you can find me, I ain't hiding. I don't move my feet when I be gliding. I just slide in, and then I roll up. Yeah, I be reading them signs. I been losing my mind. Get the fuck out the way. Must be this high today. It must be nice up above the lights and what a lovely life that I made. Yeah, I know that feeling like it's in my family tree. Yeah, that Mercedes drove me crazy. I was speeding. Somebody save me from myself. Yeah, tell them they can take that bullshit elsewhere. Self-care, we gonna be good. Hell yeah, they letting me clap. I switched to time zone, but what do I know? Spending nights hitchhiking, where will I go? I could fly home with my eyes closed, but it get kinda hard to see, there's no surprise though. And you can find me, I ain't hiding. I don't move my feet when I be gliding. I just slide.
It's Godzilla! It looks like Godzilla, but due to international copyright laws, it's not. Still, we should run like it is Godzilla!